want to talk about Kevin J Johnston?
Ellie is ready. She's on fire today.
At first, I have to get to the bottom of who left the comment.
Who left what comment?
What?
Which comment?
Okay. We did a podcast, a 2-hour podcast.
Yes.
Although it feels like it's been 2 hours at this point.
Which comment are you referring to? I remember them. I see them on my
Okay, at the very end, there was a woman. I remember she was a female, and she said, "I got back late, and I couldn't jump in until after the podcast was over." But she apparently had evidence.
Mm-hmm. She does.
Also,
I've chatted with her.
Yeah, so I figured if she comes back, if you're there, if you're watching right now, please chime in again.
Come on in, hon. Why don't you come in the studio?
Oh, in the studio? Oh, you found her?
Yeah. Come on in. Oh, I found her.
Oh.
Why do you think
who are you going to kick out
your case? Because she would like to educate you on a few things. So I thought, well, what the hell better situation than to maybe bring her in the stream so we can all chat and
I like it. I like it. Bring her in.
Does that mean there's going to be 4 of us?
Yeah, 4 of us. Yep. No problem. I'll sit back and listen. I don't mind.
Do it.
I'm the referee. 2 minutes.
Okay, so you're saying this has been prearranged?
Well, I kind of mentioned that if you brought up that you would like to chat about Kevin J.
No, I do. I absolutely do. Everything that you're saying. I'm not sure if you're saying it's going to happen right this second.
I asked her if she would be willing to come and join us.
Amazing.
To talk to you because she would like to present her evidence to you and see what you think of that.
I would love to hear it.
And come on in, hon. Grab your link. And
we're just waiting on you. Hurry up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, and Jason, okay, can we use the pause for Jason to talk about the Bill of Rights?
Are we going to talk about the Bill of Rights again?
Well, if we're waiting for your friend right now, right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So can we use that time so that Jason can fill his piece?
Yeah.
All right. So until, what's her name? Anne?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. She's working on it.
Okay. While we're waiting for Anne, do you want to go, Jason?
Well, sure.
Anne will be along in a few minutes. She's just getting things ready.
All right. You got a few minutes, Jason. Do your thing.
Well, this is for all of us. Again, Canadian Bill of Rights recognizes and protects your fundamental human rights and your human rights and fundamental freedoms. Oh, I see somebody on the line.
We'll get back to the Bill of Rights. It looks like Anne is here.
Jason?
Yeah, I am.
Sweet.
You guys
all right, let's hear your Kevin J. Johnston story.
You guys can all hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
I can hear you.
Hey, so Keck, I'm Kevin J. Johnston's ex-campaign manager.
Okay.
Right.
And I watched your guys' show the other day. And some of the things you say about Kevin are not true.
Yes.
He's a scammer.
I said he inspired other people to come to the rallies. I said that he works hard.
He hasn't. He uses people.
All right. When you say you worked for him, did he pay you?
No, he did not. But I was still running his campaign.
No, I'm not saying. I understand what you're saying. You're saying you were knee deep. You got to know the real Kevin J. Johnston.
Oh, you damn right I did.
And this is out in Calgary, right, Anne?
This is
Calgary.
In Calgary.
Thank you.
I was used by this man. I was knee deep with this man. I worked for this man. I did basically everything that this man asked me to do. I seen where the money had come from, where the money was going to. I had access to his email accounts. I had access to everything.
Whoa.
You say he's been doing his podcast for many, many years. I'm sorry. His podcast is a joke. It's not a job. It's a hobby.
Not when you can
I
be
set
okay.
up
They
his
can be
show.
counted on.
I set up
Okay,
his show.
with that Gemsec.
Ed's a scammer just like Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's before we jump on Ed. So, to my understanding, you got Ed doing the computer stuff, and Derek Story backing him up. And there's a fourth guy that I can't remember his name. And between the four of them, they make sure that it goes on 9 o'clock every night.
You got Ed, you got Stefanos, you got Derek,
Yeah, Stefanos,
and you got Kevin.
Yeah.
But hold on, Ann, you must have scared the shit out of Ed Jamasek because he was in Toronto, Queen's Park yesterday staring at me in the crowd. But anyway.
Good on him. Good for him.
So, should we get started? Okay, so I'll tell you how I met this jerk.
Okay.
Okay, when all of this pandemic bullcrap started, I seen a video of Kevin pop up from when he lived in Toronto. Now I thought, hey, great, this guy's awesome. This guy knows what he's talking about. Then I heard he was moving to Calgary to be the mayor, and I thought, hey, maybe he might be the guy to turn us all around. So I was the one that picked him up from the airport. And that's when he asked me to help him run his campaign. And I said, sure, because I was born and raised in Calgary and I know a lot of people.
I've been to Calgary and I know they have beautiful people.
So
Sorry.
This is how I met Kevin, through his podcast. But boy, I'll tell you, I know a lot about Kevin. So let's get into it. I've got many hours.
Okay. So you put time into his campaign?
Pardon?
You put time into his Calgary campaign?
I ran his Calgary campaign.
Oh, okay. All right. Did you think was the plan to win the election or just to get his name out there?
We planned to win it. But here's what happened.
Well, good.
Here's what happened.
Okay.
From the day that he landed here in Calgary, the day I picked him up from the airport, I was the one that drove him around. I was by his side all the time. I helped him set up his shows. I introduced him to people all through Calgary. Kevin didn't go out and just start talking to people. I helped him.
Yeah, he would have needed. Sorry, I'll let you finish that.
No. It's okay.
Okay, one of the things that I said last week that I stand by, and I've even said this to Kellyanne Wolf. Like I said, look, I'm a big fan of Kevin. It's awkward when I see Kevin, but he is a very clever man, but he's not that smart.
Oh, he is a very clever man. He had a lot
He's very
of
clever, and he's very. It amazes me how well he can manipulate literally everybody around him.
Oh, you damn right. He manipulated me.
It's a skill that he possesses. Like, he's very clever, right? And I'm not saying he's not smart. That's not what I mean.
He's very clever.
I'm sorry he manipulated you, Ann. Shame on Kevin Johnston.
Yeah, I know, and I'm sorry that he manipulated me in situations, and I've appreciated him for it. On the other side of but that doesn't mean I don't know what you mean. Obviously.
Okay, heck, let me stop you. I'll tell you exactly what I mean. When I watched you guys last week, I was in bed watching you guys, and I was pissed beyond belief that nobody knows the truth about Kevin and Derek and the rest of them. So I reached out to Elle and I said, I'm beyond fucking pissed off. I asked Elle, I said, I want a chance to talk to all of you and tell you the truth. For starters, Kevin J Johnston is a white supremacist. I have the piece of paper. I have it in my possession, signed by Kevin J Johnston, showing him as a white supremacist. That's number one. Number two, he tried to say I was never part of his campaign team. Let's see, picture number one. Picture number two. Picture of us at a restaurant, Scarpetto's, for his campaign party. Right there. I'm right there. Right there. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, yeah, I'm right there. All of these people were there. And because of Kevin, this gentleman that owns Scarpetto's lost his restaurant.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Just before you, can I make clarification on that point before you move to the next one? Okay. You just made the claim that he cost a restaurant owner his business.
You damn right I do.
All right. Do you want to get into that now, or do you want to finish the list and come back to that? Because I definitely. I mean, you'd have to have something pretty hard.
The owner lost his restaurant because of Kevin.
What did he do to make him lose the restaurant?
The restaurant was under Alberta Health Services, and everybody knew you could not go sit down inside a restaurant because restaurants were locked down. Now, when Kevin decided to throw his mayor party, he talked to this gentleman. Now, a lot of businesses were fighting back then and saying, we're not shutting our doors.
Okay.
So what happened was a reporter showed up outside the restaurant, turned around, started taking pictures, called the owner of the property.
Yeah.
And he lost his restaurant because Kevin threw a party. And everybody blames Kevin for this gentleman losing his restaurant.
Yes, I think that incident, and Jane Scarf, by the way, the amazing paralegal, I think you're aware of her amazing work, right? I hope, right? Jane Scarf, she broke down that incident and the mistakes, or, what she knew Kevin Johnston was doing this on purpose. He knew exactly what he was doing. And she knew, like you said, that restaurant was shut down because of it. That's not what you do. I wish I could explain better than Jane, but you're explaining in your own words too, Ann. So thanks for bringing that up.
Ellie?
No worries. Like, I don't have a problem talking about anything. So ask me.
Okay, can I get my I want to clarify on the.
Yes.
But really quickly, Ellie, I noticed you have a Michelle Robertson. Forgive me if nobody wants their name read out, but do you have a Susan Robertson in your group?
In my group? I don't have a group.
Like in your Facebook page that you're aware of?
I got a couple of Suzannes.
Okay, I'll take that as a no. Anyways, no, you know who Susan Robertson is, right, Jason?
I think I know the one you're referring to. I'm pretty sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, but probably. She would know Cullen and these people, but Suzanne Robertson, Chris Sky, Vladislav Sobolev. I mean, they had a party at Vlad. They had or Lamont. They all had a party at Adamson's Barbecue. Did they put Adamson's Barbecue out of business?
Adam lost his barbecue.
But that was.
Why am I making a comparison? Is that what you're asking?
About that event, he had challenged them online. He came on Facebook and said, "I'm staying open. Screw you, because this isn't a real pandemic."
Okay, so you're saying the difference is that
he made himself a target. No one else had his restaurant taken away. They were there.
Adamson's was a business looking to take a stand. And can you say the name of the restaurant again? Scapelli's?
Scarpetto's.
Scarpetto's. I'm allowed to get that wrong once. Scarpetto's. So you're allowed to take a stand, or correction, Scarpetto's was not out to make a stand. Kevin was, and that is the difference. Is that what am I correct in that?
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Sounds like Kevin used him for his restaurant and got his restaurant taken away.
Kevin used this gentleman.
Yeah.
Like he uses
everybody. He uses, I don't know if he's a sociopath, but he's very good at manipulating people.
So So, Keck, I'll tell you another incident that happened, and I'm pretty sure everybody is aware of the Dawson Creek incident.
Oh, I watched. I laughed my ass off.
Okay.
No,
so
I didn't.
what
I actually was
happened
concerned.
So listen to this.
Sorry?
So I'll tell you what happened there. Okay, so Kevin.
Just for the audience, can you tell the audience, can explain how, Elle or Jason, do you know about the Dawson's Creek?
Yeah, I've seen
I
it.
pro-
I'm pretty sure everybody believes
Elle?
that everybody has seen
All right,
Dawson
before,
Creek.
not to cut you off, Ann, but before you explain your side of it, can
You're breaking up, Keck. You're breaking up.
how convenient. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you now. Yeah.
Kevin
All
J
right,
Johnston
I-
probably did that. Go ahead.
All right. I'm just before you continue, just so that the audience understands and I understand. Dawson's Creek, that was I believe it was a no frills, and he bought some soap, he threw $5 and he walked out the door. Is that the one you're talking
Yes.
about? Okay.
I'll
And then Kevin, being Kevin, the guy slapped
No, he didn't slap the owner. He punched him.
oh no, the owner slapped his phone, and he didn't just punch him, he punched him correct.
Yeah,
He
Kevin
put his
punched
foot
him.
into it, he put his shoulder into it, he
Oh,
was
you
straight.
bet. But let me tell you let me tell you exactly what led up
I
to
watched
him
what
going to
happened.
Dawson Creek. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll explain him going to Dawson Creek. So
All right.
this young lady in Dawson Creek had set up everything. Okay. Now he was supposed to rent a vehicle. He got money for hotels. He got money for food from this girl in Dawson Creek. Now because I own 2 vehicles, I said to Kevin, instead of renting a van, you can borrow mine. He said, okay. I said, I'm loaning it to you, Kevin, and only you, not the gentlemen that are going with you. Derek went with him and a gentleman went with him. I'm not going to give the gentleman's name out because I promised I would leave him out of it.
Respect.
Out of respect. So when I watched Kevin's live feed. Okay, Kevin went from Calgary to Edmonton, Dawson Creek. I watched the whole thing. Now, when he got into Dawson Creek, he met up with the young lady. They went to No Frills. Now, I was beyond livid when I seen what I'd seen Kevin do because you got my van. So I reached out to Derek and I'm like,
no, I get that.
I'm like,
You
Derek, where the
put
hell's my
time into
vehicle?
him, and you expect.
Oh no, you gotta listen to how manipulative this man is. So I messaged Derek. I was messaging him. What's going on with my vehicle? What's going on with my vehicle? I got no response until Kevin got out of jail. Then I got a response. I said, Kevin, when are you coming back? He said, well, we're on our way back tomorrow. Okay, so watched the whole thing all the way. Kevin said that they almost crashed my van, and I'm just like, oh my God, what the hell? I'm like, just get my vehicle back here. Now, the plan was when they got back, they were supposed to pick me up and my friend, and we were supposed to go to a gentleman's birthday party that was also on Kevin's team. This did not happen. I had to chase my van. Chase it. Now, when I caught up with the situation, I was sitting outside Kevin's house and I actually got a hold of Derek. I'm like, where's my van? Where are you guys? Like, you should have beat us back here. Where's my van? Well, call Kevin. So I called Kevin. I was very calm. Now, normally in a situation, I don't stay calm. I'm a natural redhead. I don't stay calm, but I stayed calm. I said, Kevin, where are you? He's like, well, we're at so-and-so's birthday party. I'm like, well, I'm sitting at the house. He's like, whose house? I'm like, your house. Where's my van? He's like, we're on our way. And when he got back to the house, he wanted to keep my van for another night. And I said, no damn way. I told him I was feeling very disrespected by him because of
which you absolutely should have.
Darn right. And then after that, more stuff started happening. You know, him getting arrested on 17th Avenue with Logan, his cameraman. Stuff at rallies. You know, I was like beyond livid. I even had people send me stuff. I have a file on my other computer, this thick, of Kevin J Johnston, of all the shit that he has caused. Now, here's the thing. When Kevin got arrested on 17th Avenue with Logan, and I tried to find out what the hell was going on, I got told, oh, you're not part of the team anymore. No. I was still part of the team, but somebody overheard me saying, because I started getting information, that I was thinking about quitting Kevin's team because I was finding out stuff. Now, Kevin got out of jail. Now, this is why I started going, oh my God, this guy's a piece of shit. When he got out of jail from that incident on 17th Avenue, me and him met. And I thought everything was calm and kosher and mellow between me and him. He said, you're still going to run my campaign. You're still the head person of my team. That was on a Wednesday. Thursday, I get a call from one of the team members going, oh, we hear you've been fired. I was never fired. I was ghosted.
Coming in later today.
Now, I'm not, because people keep saying that I'm
Yeah, I'll be in probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock.
disgruntled employee. How can you be a disgruntled employee when you were never paid? I drove Kevin around with my own gas money. I did all of Kevin's running around. The only time I ever got gas money from Kevin was when he was in my vehicle. Did you know that he assaulted a store owner in Delburn, Alberta?
No, we wouldn't know that.
Incident, April 7th. Charges of forcefully entering, causing a disturbance and mischief in Delburn, Alberta.
Did this restaurant owner know he didn't know Kevin J Johnston even existed before this?
No.
So he had no idea what he was getting himself into.
None of us did. You know, this poor girl.
Well, in the terms of this, in the terms of the store owner,
that incident in Delburn, I was with him. We were on our way to the whistle stop. There was me, there was my friend, this other team member, and Kevin. Now, we all went because some people in Delburn told Kevin that this store owner was not allowing them in the store without masks. So we went. Kevin tried. The one door was already locked. The store owner seen us coming. Locked the one door, didn't lock the other door. Now, I was on crutches at the time because I had broken my ankle. Kevin barged his way in, and
he's
the
been known
store
to do
owner
that.
defended himself. Nobody knows about this incident. It's not out there. It doesn't seem to be out there, but he was charged.
Wait a minute. So when you're saying, I know he was charged for Dawson's Creek, you're talking about in Calgary.
I'm talking about this incident right here. Whoa, hang on. April 7th. Charges of forcefully entering, causing a disturbance of mischief in Delburn, Alberta. This incident. Nobody seems to know about this.
Well, you're bringing it all forward today, and I think some of us
I'm so sick and tired of people. And if I'm out of line, Ellie will put me in line. I'm sick and tired of this fucking goofball, and excuse my language, this fucking goofball thinking that, oh yeah, I'm still God. Well, you ain't fucking God, you douchebagging asshole. And I'm the fucking person that's going to bring them down. I even made a live video back in August. I gave my word to people, and I sent my video to Ellie. I gave my word to people the night before I went live. I'm making a live video, and I'm going to tell people about Kevin J Johnston at 12 noon, and I came out at exactly 12 noon. And boy, were people shocked. Just like this poor girl in Dawson Creek. Kevin still owes her money. And do you know he tried to blame me for shit? he turned around and told her, and I had no idea who had paid for him to go to Dawson Creek, because all he would say was, somebody paid for us to go. I'm like, okay. I didn't know who it was till the girl called me and said, Kevin says you have receipts for Dawson Creek. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't have no receipts. Never did. So then after Kevin's show, after I got off the phone with this girl, I called Kevin after a show. I said, Kevin, where the fuck are the receipts for this poor girl? I said, I don't fucking have them. Well, they were sitting on my desk in my house. Kevin, do you know how many people you've got coming and going from your fucking house? Like, seriously. They could be taken by anybody. Come to find out, he never had receipts ever, and that comes from the gentleman that drove my van. Kevin never had receipts. He had to get her a bank statement to show what he had put out. And it was not the amount that was told.
Is Kevin J Johnston a kleptomaniac amongst other things? Dan, or not? Yeah, sounds like it. Anyway.
And this studio that Kevin claims that he needs money for?
Yeah. What a joke. It's in Arthur Pulowski's house,
it's
right?
in Arthur Pulowski's one house. Why do you need all this money to run a studio that's sitting inside a bedroom in a house?
That studio, I assume, it covers some of the technical costs.
What, $200,000 a year? Keck, he's claiming he needs $200,000 a year for that studio. That's probably
$224,000.
Claiming to whom? Whom is he claiming this to?
He needs this money to run this studio.
He did on his video.
Does the Canadian government include one? Is Canadian government among those numbers that we're considering among the world?
Huh?
So he's claiming $200,000 on his taxes, I'm assuming.
To run a studio in Arthur Pulowski's house. In a little what? A little corner, what, an old bathroom or something? That's about the size of a studio.
I'm not disputing the
yeah. He's a liar. He's a fucking
that's
liar.
a lot of money. I'm just saying, if you're trying to explain it to the government, there are lots of ways to rationalize that. For instance, the costs of the equipment. It can be very expensive.
It's all used equipment.
Yeah, but it's one thing to rationalize to the government, Keck. He's asking the audiences on his live, trying to calm them. Oh, my studio costs $224,000 a year. Come on.
All right,
I'll get donations,
Keck,
I'll give you that one, Cosmic.
Okay, Kevin, to me, he claims he's had a job. When did this man ever work? He lives off the back of the other people.
Well, he's built an empire off of the backs of other people. I'm not disputing that. I would have. Did I just get cut off?
No, you're still here.
Okay, sorry, I dropped my phone. I'm not disputing. There are probably many more people with stories like yours.
No, hopefully.
No, but the fact that you think I am shows me that I should stop.
His campaign manager.
I don't think there's many more people that have as much evidence as Anne has. Okay, because I've seen some of.
Oh no, I'm not. Well, one of the things that you mentioned is that
Kevin claims. Wait a minute, Kevin claims. Oh, okay. So you want to get into this? Oh, we're getting into this, Ali. Okay, this $2.5 million that Kevin was sued for. I had a gentleman come out who also got sued because Kevin videotaped this gentleman. This gentleman got sued along with Kevin, but this gentleman was smart enough to settle out of court. This gentleman reached out to me. I've had a private investigator reach out to me, telling me things. I've had members of a certain organization here in Calgary who hates Kevin, who reached out to me with evidence as well. Now, some of the evidence.
That's the one I want Ellie to address, because I have a feeling I know what that name, the organization, has something to do with stopping fascism. Whoa. Am I wrong?
BLM and Antifa.
Okay,
Oh.
so it is. Well, actually, BLM is not necessarily Antifa, but I mean, if you're
Well, they're
hearing
paid
that
by the same person.
It's not a matter of hearing, Keck. I have the evidence.
Cosmic gave a speech yesterday.
Oh, I know. I watched his speech. Trust me, I watch Cosmic all the time. And he
Thank
still owes
you.
me a shirt, you asshole. But
Yeah,
back
me
to
too.
this. Okay, this incident right here, this piece of paper I'm showing you, these people sued Kevin J Johnston for an incident, okay? Kevin J Johnston also claims to own a business. And according to this business, okay, Ellie, if I'm off, just let me know. Okay, Kevin claims to own a business. Of this. He pays his employees this. There's expenses here. He claims to own a business. Okay, if you own a business and you paid your employees $199,047, where the fuck is my money? I was never paid as an employee. I was used. But yet he claims to have a business. Kevin J Johnston's been sued more than once. He was sued for the $2.5 million. Alberta's Health Services sued him for $1.3 million and they won. There's lawsuits out there all over the freaking place. Just like I said.
Bonnie Crombie sued him.
This here.
There are beachfront developers in Toronto that have sued him.
This place, Tiny Township, they sued Kevin for an incident. Oh my
That's
gosh.
the one I'm talking
And
about.
I'm sorry, Allie, but I'm getting quite upset here. You know, Kevin J Johnston's nothing but a fucking user. He got sued for $25,000 here. He got sued. There's tons of stuff here. Like I have tons of evidence. And the reason I'll tell you the reason.
But on the Kevin J Johnston.
Wait a second, Jason. Wait a second. I'll tell you the reason why I have all this evidence and I'm keeping it is because Kevin J Johnston has tried to lay a complaint with the city police that I'm stalking him. He's actually come out and said that I'm stalking him. Now, how the hell am I stalking him when I sit in my own goddamn house and I stay in my own goddamn lane? And the only reason
Good to know you're following the science.
The only reason he says I'm stalking him is because one, I'm his ex-campaign manager, and I have a lot of evidence against Mr. Johnston, and he's scared. He better be scared. You want to continue to slander me? You want to continue to do the things that you're doing? I'm going to be the person to expose you.
Now, you mentioned you mentioned in Toronto there were people that they sued him for $25,000.
Yes.
Do you have a lawsuit there from the same people for $1 million?
Oh, probably. I've got so much paperwork, it's crazy.
Okay, because you got to understand, before the freedom movement, there was Motion 103. Are you familiar with Motion 103?
No.
Ellie?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
What is Motion 103?
Okay, what
It's the
do you remember?
Islamophobia law motion.
Okay.
They're trying to say Canada's racist against Muslims.
Well, Kevin J Johnston is racist against Muslims.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to unpack here, right?
Okay.
The document Motion 103. Jason, I apologize. Can you give me some time here?
dude, I'm right here. It's all good, man. I'm just listening. It's
all right,
all good.
Let me explain to you, Jason.
Let
me explain to you Motion 103. It was passed, or it was going to be voted on through Parliament. It was brought forward by MP Ikra Khalid, and she's obviously a Muslim Canadian who wanted to pass a bill saying that anybody who, or basically it was only a three-quarter of a page document, but what it did is it introduced the word Islamophobia. You're familiar with that word?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where they try to connect any criticisms of the doctrines of Islam with racism. And not only did this document prefer one religion over all the others, Jewish, Christian, even atheist, right? It gave them special status. It got the government to recognize that criticism of Islam is racist. They wanted to use the word Islamophobia rather than Muslim hatred. If there was a doctrine, or if the government wanted to take a whole of government approach in stopping hatred against Muslims, I wouldn't really put up any resistance. But what the document wanted to do was make it illegal to be Islamophobic, and nowhere in the document did it define the word that it was making illegal. In other words, I'm going to make such and such a thing illegal. We're going to all vote on whether or not Islamophobia should be legal or not, and then afterwards we'll give you a definition. Sorry if it took me a while to unpack Motion 103, but the reason I'm going there,
just like, I'll tell you something else. Just like when after Kevin ghosted me, I'll tell you, he got so slimy on me. He even
we'll get back to that. Can I just address that one point?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like I may have put half your audience to sleep just now trying to explain Motion 103, but it was important in terms of that lawsuit with Kevin J Johnston. All right. So there were a lot of people who recognized the danger that this motion was going to cause to free speech in Canada. It became the free speech issue of my lifetime. And it was the same, it was the tactics that we had never seen before. The government media constantly lying, the government's feeding the media is lying. They're calling people who are racist, which are clearly not. Mm-hmm. And they would punish anybody who raised a voice, whether it was Sandra Sullivan or Kevin J Johnston. The government would push back on them, right? If Kevin was sued, not because he committed a crime, but because he was targeted for supporting the wrong cause.
Or he did support that cause, and he probably
exactly. So me and Jason, you know Anthony?
Who?
Jason, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here, Anthony. Yes.
Okay, you know Anthony, right? Do you know how much did they give him a bill for?
No.
For running the movement?
You mean charging him?
Yeah. How much when he goes to court? What's he facing?
More than me. Probably about over 2,000, was it?
$10,000 plus possibility of jail time.
Wow. Didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, and the only thing that Jason did, right, was be on the wrong side of the debate, just like Kevin J Johnston.
But Kevin J.
What he did to you, what he did to you makes him a piece of shit. I'm not going to dispute that. That's a shitty thing
that he's doing this to. It's thousands and thousands of people he's ripping off. He was even harassing a poor university student who reached out to me and said, how do I get Kevin J Johnston to stop harassing me? I said, you know what? I will go out of my way and put me out there, and I will inform Mr. Johnston to cease and desist, or this young girl's going to the police. And that's when Kevin started going on about, oh, Anna's stalking me. I'm not stalking you. I'm telling the people the truth about you. This $25,000 that he was raising for donations for legal fees, got news for you. It wasn't for legal fees. Because he said that he was appealing his court sentence for his 18 months that he got in jail. Do you know he only had 30 days to get his appeal in?
Wait a minute, what's the 18 month? Is that for Dawson Creek?
No, the one in Toronto there. He was found guilty of contempt of court. He has to do 18 months in Toronto jail starting January 4th. He tried to raise, and he's raised it. Believe it or not, he has raised over $25,000 for legal fees that he doesn't even need for legal fees, because he was supposed to get his appeal in 30 days. He got his appeal in after those 30 days, and the Toronto court said, we're not hearing it. You're going to jail, Mr. Johnston, on January 4th. And
you were at court, were you not, Ann, that day?
I was watching the Zoom court, yes. He is going to jail, just like he's doing weekends here for his bullshit stunts Here, he goes in Fridays at 7 p.m. and comes out at 9 a.m. Monday, and his 40 days ends shortly after Christmas. Okay? Then he has to get all his affairs in order and get on a plane January 4th and be in Toronto on January 4th and turn himself in. Now, there's already sitting on the record books that if Mr. Johnston does not appear in Toronto on January 4th, a warrant is issued for his arrest. Now, his court date for Dawson Creek is December 22nd. That is coming up.
So he's under a lot of pressure.
They're seeking long-term jail time for that assault. All this money that Kevin is raising is not what it says. Like I said, I seen all the emails. I seen where the money was coming from. I seen where the money was going to. And here's another thing. Mr. Johnston's and Derek Story's coffee company that they have, here's a kicker for everyone. And everybody I hope that's watching is going to go, oh my God, we're not going to do this. They're buying coffee off the coffee shelves, Folgers, Maxwell House, other coffees, putting them in bags with Kevin's name on them and selling it.
With his big smile?
Kicker.
With his big smile on the, does it show a smile? He likes to.
Yeah, on his coffee bags. Yeah. Just like Kevin bought
Are you
a house.
talking about Wasted Native?
Yes, Wasted Native, the other coffee brands, the other coffee names, everything. All it is coffee bought off the shelves and put into a bag.
How's that for scamming?
That's a big
Awkward
scam.
Exactly.
Just like Kevin bought a house here in Calgary, almost a $1 million house. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker on how he did it. He put $10,000 down and then did a promissory note, because then the house wouldn't be in his name and nobody could come after him because he doesn't have a house, because technically it's not in his name.
Hello.
How is that for kickers? Where do you think all the money is
I'm sorry?
Where do you think all the money is going to? You have to pay for this house every month. You have to give this man money because you made a promissory note to pay.
Yep.
And his buddy, just segueing real quick, but his buddy Arthur Pulowski, who I exposed for various reasons, has 3 houses on the same street with Kevin's studio working inside, correct?
He has 3 houses on the same block, and the one house, Kevin's studio, is in that house.
And
now, all the equipment that they've used has been bought with donation money.
And when you put that address in on Google, I just heard you with the donation money. Yep, despicable. When you put in that address on Google, anybody can see it. I saw the picture of the house on the street.
Anybody can Google Arthur Pulowski, and up pops his houses.
Yeah, I think people should be aware of this. That's all. Yeah.
Kevin owns 2 cars, and Kevin keeps claiming that I'm stalking him. But here's the funny thing. My doctor is in the same area as where Kevin lives. And when he went to the police and said, she's stalking me, they said, how is she stalking you? Well, she's made videos of me. But how is she stalking you? Well, she's been driving around my neighborhood. Her doctor is in the same neighborhood. How is she stalking you? Is she calling you every day? Is she knocking at your door every day? Is she sitting outside your house? Nope. Well, then we're not going to do anything. Then he tried to go to the courts.
Well, you've told me you're going to possibly stalk me and come all the way to Ontario to get my beautiful Canadian Bill of Rights shirt.
Is mine, Jason. You never know. And you quit ignoring me when I message you, or I'm going to. Every time.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to ignore you, sweetie.
Anyways, back to Kevin J Johnston. Ask me anything you want, Keck, because I'm not just going to talk about Kevin J Johnston. I got a few things to say about Mr. Chris Guy and Kellyanne Wolf and Pat King and the rest of them.
Whoa, right. Cat,
Ask
speak
me
up.
everything, Cat.
Can't ask you a question.
I'm just looking at the clock. And
Don't worry
playing
about the
this by
clock.
ear. I got nowhere to be. I just know that no one's going to watch a 2-hour live stream.
Oh,
No,
yes,
I-
they will,
we
because
can
a
break
lot of
this
my
up.
friends are watching because a lot of my friends are pissed off just like me.
I gotta go
Oh.
soon anyway. So,
Say that
you're
again,
not allowed to
Ellie?
go anywhere.
well, I'm gonna have to leave in about 10 or 15 minutes. I have to go out somewhere, but I wanna finish this, and we can always do it next week.
Yeah, you don't. Okay, you don't have to end this. What I'm saying is, you don't have to end this on my account. So
No,
and
we're not.
Okay, since
and
Ellie's going to go
we
in
got
about 10
time
to
yet.
15
We
minutes,
still have time.
let me get
Go
on.
ahead.
Let me get on to Kevin, or let me get on. Okay, so I've talked about Kevin J Johnston. Let me get on to Mr. Chris Sky. This is a friggin' dirtbag who last year when I met this dirtbag decided to bring 2 hookers to a rally, and everybody was blown away when he did it. He showed up. He was late, of course, because he had to organize to get all his T-shirts and everything together.
Oh, yeah.
He shows up late,
again,
sells his product to get money, shows up with
money
2
for what?
hookers.
Money for what? See, there's a difference between Chris
Just
Sky
like
and Kevin J Johnston. We know Chris Sky. We know Kevin J Johnston.
Chris Sky
wants
is
money
a
from you
scammer,
for
just
his
like
platform.
Kevin J Johnston. How do you think Chris Sky is moving around with donation money?
Yep.
Well,
Steroids
that's what I'm getting at. If Chris Sky or Vladisov or
Chris Sky shows up late, everybody knows he shows up late. He shows up
Yes.
with 2 hookers at a rally. We're all blowing away. We're like, oh my God, he's got hookers here. Like, what the hell is going on here? We thought
you're not
he'd have
talking
a
about Karma
girlfriend.
Sad, are you?
Okay, because at the time we all heard about Jenny, and as far as we knew, Jenny was just his girlfriend back then. But she shows up with 2 hookers, and then later on, after
What?
the
Jenny
rally,
had 2 hookers?
No,
What?
Chris.
Oh,
Chris,
so there goes that
Chris Sky right
fantasy.
now. So Chris Sky shows up late to this rally, shows up with 2 hookers. Then after the rally, we all end up going to this party to do a video for his Just Say No video. He brings these 2 girls, these 2 hookers to the party, and we're all shocked. He would disappear. Somebody's like, oh yeah, he's in the bathroom. He's sniffing cocaine in the bathroom. And we're all just like, what the fuck is going on here?
Interesting. Not good.
You know, everybody's hyped up on Chris Sky. I went to the Okotoks rally the other day where Chris Sky was speaking. And I went up to Chris afterwards and I told Ellie, I wish I had videotaped it. And I asked Chris, I said, Chris, I want to know about this video that's popped up about you on the bus. I don't want to talk about it. Well, don't you think you should? Don't you think people have a right to know what the hell is going on?
That would depend on the circumstances of that moment. That would depend on the situation.
Yeah, he
When you were
talked about
talking
the
to
Kevin
Chris.
J Johnston show, and he talked about in the Kevin J Johnston show when he criticized me for bringing him up, and he said, that he just got mad. He just got mad. Like,
no, that's a steroid mad. That's not just mad. That's
what I said. Absolutely. I think it was quite obvious.
He even admitted to doing this.
Yeah, and the volunteers were innocent. You don't treat people like this, and yet here he is dressed up as Santa Claus again, pretending, and he's arrested.
He got arrested on Saturday.
What a joke.
He's
always arrested.
I'm concerned.
Now,
a Canadian citizen was arrested.
I got a bone to pick about that arrest on Saturday. Now, I think
obviously it was a clear violation of the Bill of Rights. Correct, Cosmic?
He was set up. I do not think he was arrested. I think the cops surrounded him, ushered him out the back door, and let him go.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I do not think he was arrested at all. I think the police surrounded him, ushered him out the back door, and let him go and told him, don't come back.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Because he was dressed up as Santa Claus. How the hell would they have known it was Chris Sky? He was dressed as Santa Claus, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, you can see
How
the
do you know
eyebrow.
if a guy dressed as Santa Claus is Chris Sky?
Do you want me to pull up the pictures?
Answer, he'll tell you.
I
He's
hope
Chris
people will write in the comments the answer to that question.
Sky.
Just like Chris. Here's another kicker.
Classic.
Just like Chris Sky and Jenny are vaccinated.
Ah, really? Do
Yes,
tell.
they're vaccinated.
Wow.
You want your freedom lover, Chris Sky? He's freaking vaccinated, just like his wife, Jenny.
I got him admitting it.
And
Vaccinated.
there's evidence out there.
Yes, he's double
Isn't his
vaxxed.
medical history his own damn business?
But he's sitting there intimidating
People have a
people
right to
about
know.
getting
He's sitting there.
vaccines.
He's
Yet he's
sitting
got
there
them
telling
himself.
people
He's a
to
fucking
Is
get
hypocrite.
Chris Sky's vaccination status any of your business?
It's
It
the
is when
world's
he's fucking-
business because he's going around telling people that he's supposed to be a leader, and yet a leader doesn't turn around and say, don't get vaccinated, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But yeah, you're vaccinated yourself. Come on.
Well, that's
Your
one of the
point is well
hallmarks.
taken.
That's one of the
I'll
hallmarks.
concede to your point.
Yeah, that's one of the hallmarks of controlled opposition. As Dr. Shiva says, it's hypocrisy, victimization, and I always forget the third one. But Chris fits the bill, unfortunately, as you just said.
And Kellyanne Wolf, I've met Kellyanne.
Mhm.
Now she does exactly like the rest of them. Donations, donations, donations. Why? And here's the kicker. They're all moving to Alberta. Why? Because you've out-welcomed yourself in Ontario and you've used up everybody.
Yeah, it's got too
I would
hot
think
for
it's
them. I've
because they're
always
trying to
thought that.
brand themselves and they want to brand themselves
Listen,
nationally.
Chris Sky and Jenny have now decided to buy a $1.5 million house in Leduc.
Did you hear that, Ellie, before or not? Did you know that fact from man already? Wow.
$1.5 million house in Leduc.
Must be nice. All that London police money, maybe. Who knows? Crazy.
Yeah.
All the money.
Oh, wait a minute. A $1 million house will buy $100 million will buy you a garage and a 1-bedroom in Hamilton.
You're exaggerating. Stop it.
Well, look,
Well, barely.
I have leaked emails that have are proof about that and the amounts and that where the houses are and stuff. So that's coming out of my documentary. But she's
Well,
right.
we deserve. That's why Ann's on here today, because
Yeah,
we deserve,
Ann's
as you know, truth and transparency on the likes of Kevin J Johnston, Chris, because they put themselves out in the public, spouting off, and they're scamming people, and they're lying, and they're behaving badly. We got to call them out on it, so we can again have more genuine leadership going forward. Not these freaks, you know.
You know,
That's
and
right.
I've had so many people.
Okay, but you
tell
have
me,
to be.
I've had so many people ask me, why do you continue to talk about Kevin? You know, you're just a disgruntled employee. I was never, how could I be disgruntled employee?
Count me
when I was
among
never
them.
paid?
That's right.
I'm not. I'm talking about Kevin J Johnston. I'm talking about Chris Sky. I'm talking about Kellyanne Wolf. I'm talking about all of the damn scammers. You know, I would, hey, does anybody want to give me $1 million just for being on Ellie's show? Like, come on.
Hey, I want $1 million
That's-
too.
That's
I'm
the
on
way
it.
Kevin works, you know. That's the way Derek is working. That's the way they're all
Yeah.
working. Like they're all scamming everybody for money. You know.
Can we? Let's go to
Yeah.
Pat King before we sign off. And do you want to say some information and Ellie and Keck on Pat King? Any thoughts? That's cool. I'm not going to say
Well,
anything.
Pat King? I think Pat
don't.
King is identical to everybody else. Like when
No.
he stayed up at the legislature, I felt bad for the natives that he had up there. Like,
Yeah. No, I think he's having a
I
breakdown.
was dumbfounded. Like,
Ellie just said you think he has he had a breakdown. Did you say, Ellie?
I think he's having a breakdown. Like he threatened the government the other day when he apparently got blocked at the airport. And now he's making threats towards Donald Smith.
Oh, he was on yesterday. He was on last week.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he
Donald Smith
he's
is right
a character.
here now.
Say
Well,
what?
I know Donald Smith. He's a nice guy.
is Donald on
Of
here?
course he's a
I'm not
character.
saying he's not a
character.
nice
You're
guy.
a
I'm not
character.
saying he's not a
Well-
nice guy at all, especially if he's listening right now. Right? But no, don't get me wrong, Donald Smith. If you're listening, I would
know
love to come
Donald. I've talked
on
to
this
Donald. I've had him
podcast
on
and
my
tear you
show.
a new asshole. But it's not that I don't like you.
No.
I'm just that clever.
but he
he makes some claims that are way out there. Way out
The
there.
reason I decided, and I'll tell all of you, the reason I decided to come on is because, like I said, when I watched the three of you the other night in bed, and I'll be honest, I was pretty choked at you, Keck, when you started bringing up Kevin, because I was like, oh, no. Keck does not know the true Kevin like I do. And I wanted
I think I do. I understand him different. That's all.
Well, you need to understand
I have no
the
doubt
true
he
Kevin.
manipulates people.
Just like I got a picture sent to me the other day. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you, Allie. And Kevin, it looks like Kevin's been beaten up while in jail. But yet he says he got hit in the face by a golf ball. Like, when I got this picture, I'm like, why are people still sending me things of Kevin? I get things daily from people.
Me too.
You know, just like when Derek got arrested for flying that drone.
Yeah, and I know that
he needs $5,000. He didn't need $5,000 because the drone incident that Derek got arrested for is not a civil case. It's a federal case. You need way more than $5,000 because they were trying to say that with that flying of that drone, we weren't near any airports or anything. Half of the buildings in the downtown core of Calgary have helipads on them. You cannot fly a drone near a helipad. And they did that. The buildings surrounding City Hall where that drone was flown, even on top of City Hall, there is a helipad on City Hall property. It is a federal case that Derek is looking at. It is federal time that Derek is looking at. But yet Kevin says Derek needs $5,000. Stop living off the back of other people, you goddamn fucking scammers. Get a fucking job and learn how to live within inside your fucking means and quit ripping fucking people off, you goddamn fucking losers.
Did we put a disclaimer for swearing on here?
No, I mostly came at the end. Again, I want to point out, cousin us on BitChute, it's literally cousin Elle's place. So people might want to expect some swearing.
I was going to be cussing today. When we spoke on the phone, I told Ellie, I'm coming in and my mouth is going to run.
Yeah. No, good. It's good. Makes for good.
I just told everyone to keep it respectful because we don't want to have anyone leave the screen, right?
My very first video.
Yes.
When I did my very first video, right at the end of it, I told everybody point blank, and I looked everybody in the eyes in my camera, and I said, hell have no fury like a redhead scorned.
Oh,
and I'm a natural redhead, and I'm scorned. And I said, karma's a bitch.
You may have to show us your red hair. I'm just kidding.
Karma's a bitch, Kevin J Johnston. And my name is Ann, and I'm going to take you down. And
Did you hear that,
exactly what I'm going to do. I'm taking Kevin J Johnston and the rest of them down.
No,
you're not moving into my province, into my city, and continue to do what you think you're going to do.
That's right.
Okay.
That's what's got to be done.
Let me jump in here. We're at 1 minute, 10 seconds. So we're going to have to wrap this up. Can everybody take 3 minutes and say and sum up?
Sure.
I don't know what Jason's doing. I'm up for it if Ellie is.
When you want to do this again, Ellie?
We can do it again during the week or at next weekend, whichever you want to do.
I'm free Tuesday.
Tuesday I'm doing a stream at 1.
Well, we were planning on doing this. We knew we were not going to get through this in 2 hours. Remember?
No. Yeah, I know that.
So we decided that we would do 2 1-hour shows for just this reason.
Wednesday afternoon.
How about Sunday at 4?
Sunday at 4?
Like we originally had it planned.
Can we do it a little bit earlier? Like an hour earlier, maybe? Like 3?
Ellie said Wednesday. Are you cool with that, Keck?
Wednesday's good.
We already agreed.
On Wednesday.
We already agreed on a time.
Sunday at...
How's this?
4.
How about we don't let it go, but we sort it off air?
Okay.
What do you...
We can sort it off.
Well, I have to go to work, so... But
you're saying you lied to me about next Sunday? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, well, we can meet next Sunday, or we can do it again
Let's
Wednesday.
do
or
next
whatever.
Sunday.
That's why I'm
at
saying
3
we're-
o'clock.
Ask the audience, are they cool with that?
When are you
Sunday at
available? I'll
3.
not
Hey,
the audience to be
well
there, but
spoken.
when are you guys available?
I'm
You have a
Tuesday,
after the chat
Thursday,
room chat, don't you?
Saturday, Sunday.
When you end this, are we kicked out of the chat room or can we go backstage?
No, you can stay. You can stay in. I won't kick you out. Okay, well, we're gonna end this then.
Nobody wants to watch
I want to thank everyone for coming in,
do that
and
backstage.
just hang on to Keck. I'm just wrapping up here.
Thank you for all that amazing
Oh, no,
information.
yeah,
Ann.
wrapping up here. I didn't get my 2 minutes goodbye. Neither did
Jason?
Cosmic. Neither did.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
neither
Go
did
ahead.
you.
Go ahead. Say your goodbyes. Say your goodbyes.
All right. So are you going to
Jason?
give everyone out? You're going to give everyone 3 minutes to say their piece
3 minutes.
Go ahead, Ann.
Go ahead.
because it's your show. We're going to come back to you. You're
Yeah.
going to say some, closing remarks.
Okay, you want my
Remind
closing
everyone there's a
remarks?
rally this Hamilton, yada yada yada, and then cut the stream and then come back and talk to us backstage. So we're not wasting your audience's.
Okay, you want my 3 seconds? Okay, here's my 3 seconds. Like I said, hell have no fury like a redhead scorned. And Karma's a bitch
Well,
and her
we'll
name's
start with
Ann.
you,
And
Ann.
I'm going to
Well,
take
you
all
can
these
talk to me.
scammers down.
Jason, you want to say?
All right.
anything?
Do I have the floor for 2 minutes?
Okay, go ahead, Keck.
Do I have the floor for 2 minutes?
you
Yes,
have
go
the
ahead,
floor.
Keck.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming on again, Ann. And I'm actually looking forward to picking this up again. I can look into some of the things you said and then come back and pwn you with it next time.
You bet.
But you obviously have a tremendous amount of energy and passion, right? But
What
Elle
about
is going to do me a
facts?
favor. Or actually, Elle, I don't even need Elle. In the comments section of this video, Elle, if you could pin it, that would be nice. I'm going to
Okay.
pin it to a video on Elle's BitChute channel by Rick Boswick. Do you know who he is?
Yeah,
I've heard
is
of
Rick in here?
Your Rick Boswick video.
Oh. Well, which comment did you want me to pin?
I want you to get her to see that video.
Oh, okay.
Ann needs to see that video.
Okay.
Do I need to explain to you why?
Well, I guess.
Apparently I don't. I do.
Well,
Rick Boswick put out a video on your channel. Did you watch it?
yes, saying we're
Okay.
being divisive.
I think
You know,
exactly
it's
everything that
only
we're talking about here. And I think that video would benefit you tremendously. So I'm going to link it in my comment in the description.
Okay, I'll send it
Because
to
you clearly have a clear amount of passion and energy.
And facts.
Like that part is not having just met you.
And
right?
facts.
I would
Facts.
want you working
True.
for me because you clearly get passionate about what you do,
Yeah. Oh God.
right?
Well, sure, I'll come to Toronto.
Oh no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't have a job. I'm just saying, in terms of Kevin J Johnston, he clearly lost somebody who would have been valuable, right? Who would have been someone who gets things done and shows up on time and stuff,
Mhm.
right? So all I'm saying is you can continue on the path with Jason with that energy, or you could focus on what you know is most important. Where in Calgary is this weekend's rally for freedom?
Central Memorial Park,
What time?
1 p.m.
Put your passion into that. I swear to God, you won't regret it.
Oh, I
Jason?
go to every single rally.
Oh, go ahead.
I go to every single rally.
And?
It doesn't matter where it's at. Okotoks, Calgary.
Oh, just saying, put your passion into that. Put your passion into it. No one's asking you for money, right? And you know that you're needed because you clearly have that energy. And to be clear, I'm not suggesting that you're not giving 100% at that. I'm just saying anything in your that part of your brain which is hate for Kevin J Johnston, right? If you put that into fighting for my freedom, I don't have to wear a mask tomorrow.
Wait a minute, you wear a mask?
So
Yeah.
we
No,
just
I
give
don't.
Kevin
No.
we give Kevin J Johnston a pass from now on. Is that what you're saying?
So that's
Kev?
my 2 minutes. That's my 2 minutes. Jason, do you want to take your 2 minutes and then pass it off to Ann?
I just wanted to say you guys are verifying again that you're very intelligent, as Keck said, passionate, and your vernacular, particularly with the swearing, is quite sublime. But you know, you guys
Not
have
on
great.
Cousin Elle's place.
Yes, in Ellie's place. I'm glad to be here today. You guys brought up a lot of great facts. I appreciate it. And again, it's all about exposing these dirty players because we deserve better. We deserve real, authentic leadership, as I keep saying, as you know. Fighting for truth.
We are all leaders.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, where it's all about fighting for truth, freedom, and health, and get this country back. And Kevin J Johnston, seemingly, again, as Ann has clearly stated, and you have, Ellie, as times, he's scamming a lot of people, including Ann, and it's almost unforgivable. And if he's not going to change his behavior, we're going to get him out of the way, hopefully, with Ann's help and exposing this nonsense and evil. My opinions, but I think the facts back it up.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Jason, Cosmic Truth Authority here on BitChute and Rumble.
And he's wearing my shirt.
Yes, just for now. I have another one for you.
And Keck Best from Fighting Hate 101. And I would like to thank Ann for coming in too.
Ann didn't get her 2 minutes.
And you get her well, she'll get her 2 minutes. I just want to thank her for coming in because
my name is Ann, and I'm a redhead who's scorned, and I'm karma to Kevin, and I'm going to take the prick down.
I'm going to help.
Just like I'm going to take all of them down. How dare you move into my city and think you're going to continue this bull crap?
Yeah, they got a lot of audacity. A lot of audacity.
So anyway, we're going
and
to
I thank Ellie for allowing me to come on.
Oh, you're welcome. It was actually a pleasure to have you on. And
Jason, I'm going to be calling you afterwards, buddy.
Yeah, well, I'm heading to work, so you'll have to call me tonight. But yeah, I definitely want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's Jason, right. You cover up, buddy boy. We're going to be FaceTiming after this is done.
Jason, thanks for coming in and sitting back. I thought that was really cool because that's what I wanted, me and you to sit back. Keck, thanks for coming in, as always.
And Keck, if you want, you can look me up on Facebook and we'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, again, we're going to be in the back room, right? We'll discuss that.
We'll be in the back room. Okay, we're ending the broadcast now. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.